And off we go from Glendale, Arizona on this Sunday night with a kick deep into the end zone and a touchdown. Arizona will start from the 25-yard line. Carson Palmer at the helm, and he gives it to Johnson. Johnson looks for room and finds none. Smothered at the line of scrimmage, keeping an eye on him all night long, as we do in every Seahawk game. And the pass is caught on a slant by Fitzgerald, who takes it out to the 42-yard line for a gain of 17. Larry Fitzgerald with that fast start. Chris mentioning only 7 points all season long in the first quarter. And again, Fitzgerald, but this time he is taken down immediately by KJ Wright. 2nd and 10. The fake to Johnson. Palmer escapes and then throws, and that's caught. That's going to be a first down. J.J. Nelson. There's a flag down. Terry McCauley is the referee, and he will give us his first call of the night.
An eligible man downfield. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And that's the left guard, the veteran Mike Iupati, no stranger to the Pro Bowl. Missed last week's game with an ankle injury.
10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
They just changed the call. It was originally Iupati, and then Terry McCauley said it was offensive pass interference on Michael Floyd. All right. 2nd down and 20 from the 32-yard line. Palmer, good clean pocket, throws, caught outside. It's a pickup of about 10. David Johnson makes the catch. Guy who can really hit you. Cam Chancellor, 3rd down and 10 now. Palmer hangs in there, throws, and that's caught, but short of the first down. Floyd, and he gets tackled in front of the Seattle bench.
Parker.
Brian Quigley, who was signed at the end of September, former Jet, the Arizona kicker. It bounces at the 18-yard line and takes a sideways hop. He's down at about the 16. And Wilson starts with 5 wide under pressure. He's able to escape, and he has to sling it away. The pressure put on by Kevin Minter. Very effective throwing the ball. Christian Michael is the running back, and he slings that one to the outside, and that is caught there by Doug Baldwin. It'll be 3rd down and short as we take a look at the Seahawks starters. An offensive front this season. We'll detail that as we go along. 3rd down and 1, and Wilson's going to keep it, and Wilson will not be able to turn the corner because Tony Jefferson, the safety, comes up to knock him down, and it's a 3 and out.
Just a brilliant play here. They're going to do the read option and hope that Jefferson's going to jump on that. It's what Russell Wilson thought he was going to see, but then Jefferson, who's had a tremendous year so far, comes out to make the play.
Well, he gets his hand underneath. You could call it, sure.
Close.
But they didn't. And now Ryan to punt. And a booming kick. Backs Britton Golden up to his own 21-yard line, and great coverage as well. Palmer under pressure, backing up, throws, and that will be incomplete.
Arizona's offense.
2nd and 10. And this time it's Johnson taking it for a gain of a couple.
Very much like one when he's flanked out.
3rd and 7, blitz coming. Palmer hangs in, the pass is incomplete, a little high, off the fingertips of Britton Golden, covered there by Earl Thomas.
Can pick up even the best of the man-to-man on those wide receivers.
Quickly his 2nd punt. A high and short kick, fielded at the 40-yard line. Fair catch made there by Tyler Lockett.
And Matthew Stafford. You wouldn't expect that out of a deep ball thrower.
3 receivers set to the right. He comes over the middle, and nobody's home there. Marcus Golden put the pressure on that time, and he'll be putting a lot of pressure on all night long, number 44. From the 40, only a 3-man rush, and then he swings a pass to the outside. To the 45 goes Christian Michael. 3rd and 4, play clock down to 3. And Wilson hangs in the pocket, then it's tipped, and it is incomplete. The pass here intended for Nick Vanette, with John Brown inactive tonight. Peterson, no stranger to running back punts. won't have an opportunity here because he calls for a fair catch at the 12-yard line. 13-yard line. And through the middle and exploiting a hole is David Johnson, very close to a first down and 1. The 22-yard line. Called his number again showing some patience. Finds the open spot around the left side, tackled by McRae, and it's a first down for the Cardinals. I mean, they're running it more, taking fewer deep shots, at least to this point in the season. And Johnson finds no room. And it's interesting, Chris, the difference in these two teams. Arizona running it more.
Chin.
2nd and 10. The inside handoff. There goes Johnson over the left side out to close to the 34-yard line. Chiefs. 3rd and 3. And to the outside and going to the ground and making the catch there is Larry Fitzgerald, as he has done so brilliantly, knew exactly how much he needed for a first down.
Attack on run plays, and he is again here.
Still doing it at the age of 33, and now the pass is caught here by Floyd. Michael Floyd takes it out to the 50-yard line. They're trying to get him going. Best drive of the quarter by either team. Palmer now from the 50, and he's going to sling it to the left side, but that's going to be out of bounds. Floyd coming back to.
Maybe they'd figure it out.
Yeah, he turns that into a positive. He said that could be a good thing.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Johnson kicking and threading his way for a gain of about 3.
Just breathe for a minute over there before I come after them too.
3rd and 7. Pressure put on, and he's going to get sacked. Just gets enveloped at his own 45-yard line. Clark comes in. Averill comes in as well. Half the defense. 4th down.
Maybe the best pass rusher is Cliff Averill coming off the edge over here and going to try and block him with a tight end. Good luck with that. And then you've got Frank Clark. The thing, how Arizona has gotten beat in the past out against this bunch is they get in those 3rd and long situations. There are times against Seattle's defense you have to just say, okay, we're going to punt the football. We're not going to take a big chance and turn it over here.
Well, this is their 3rd punt already. It will bounce at the 5 and takes a great bounce for the Cardinals, and they're going to pin them very deep at the 1. As good as it gets for their new punter. They're at their own 1-yard line to begin this drive. And looking for some space, Christian Michael, and just barely gets out of the end zone for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Wilson now out of the gun and throws, and that's caught. That gives him a little bit of space. Jimmy Graham. 3rd and 6 in the final minute of the opening quarter. Pressure put on. Wilson just has to throw it away. Nobody was open. Cardinals were coming in, and they'll have to punt.
But that matchup will be fun to watch tonight.
Marquee on both sides. Punt here. Patrick Peterson accepts this from Ryan. Short kick, and Peterson will set up the Cards with good field position at the 33-yard line as we go. 29 seconds left in the quarter. Palmer pressured again. Getting away. Doesn't do this often and slides to a stop after a 9-yard gain.
Bring so many.
2nd and 2. And Johnson to the outside to the 20-yard line.
Force feeding it down their throats this week.
Johnson. And he's going to get corralled back at the 21-yard line by K.J. Wright to the left side. Empty the backfield. Seahawks blitz. Palmer throwing, and that's incomplete. Johnson looked around, wanted a flag, doesn't get one. Bobby Wagner, 3rd down and 11. Palmer stepping up, under pressure again, and incomplete. Seahawks putting on a lot of heat. Averill again, it's 4th down, and they'll try to take a 3-0 lead. That snap cost them a potential victory. They have a new snapper in Alan Brewer. And wouldn't you know it, another problem, a flag down. It's Bobby Wagner who comes in, but you have a penalty marker.
You can't touch anybody if you're going to jump over. It's legal as long as you don't touch anybody. Wagner was not offsides on the play. I didn't see him. If he just touches the helmet or anything else of that center, which he did right there, that little toe tap is going to cost him if the official saw it.
The left foot on the numbers of the snapper, but it results in a long conversation before McCauley gives us the call.
Right beside him, you had Ataba Rubin holding down the guard.
There's no foul for an illegal formation by the defense. First down.
Well, Bruce Arians, you can see what he's been doing for the whole commercial break on the sideline. Very upset about that call. By the way, that is not reviewable. He wanted that play to be reviewed. It's not reviewable. That costs him a timeout as well.
Arizona is charged with their first timeout for throwing a challenge flag on a play that's not reviewable.
Considered covering him up, so no foul there either.
And then losing a timeout is like piling on at that point. If you throw a flag and it can't be reviewed, it costs you a timeout. Nothing early in the second quarter. Got it out of his hands quickly for a first down to Paul Richardson at the 44-yard line. Wilson to the outside. And just delving into the rule book a little further, incidental contact is not necessarily a penalty.
What's the difference?
Whatever. Yeah.
Contact or whatever. I'm going to give it whatever.
Whatever.
That's all I got. I got whatever.
That's it. And that's dropped at the 50-yard line right into and out of the hands of Jimmy Gray. Seattle has only one first down in the game. And that's incomplete. And a flag is thrown. Richardson was the intended receiver. Cooper.
Holding. Offense number 63. Penalties decline. Fourth down.
Invested a whole lot of money in it. And they're going to have to do the best they can here tonight.
Ryan's punt. Britton Golden is back. He collects it at the 11-yard line. And brings it back out to the 19. Super Bowls. 1-1 with the Rams. Palmer now retreats. He's going to go deep downfield and take a shot. And the pass is incomplete. Shed was back there with Thomas.
Over there opposite Richard Sherman. Don't know where they'd be without him this year.
Second and 10. Pass to the outside and nobody's covering Johnson. And he exploits that as he dances down the sideline for a good gain.
And it's really helped some of their stretch runs.
One further note, that was their first year in St. Louis after moving from Chicago for Crow. Out to the 35-yard line, gain of 1 here.
Some blocks and had a couple blown assignments. It was rough.
Finally got a game ball last week against the Jets. J.J. Nelson on the end around was able to get out to the 40-yard line.
You've seen the results. 4 straight years of #1 scoring defense.
Yeah, Schneider, the GM, a dump off there to Johnson, and instead of a loss on the play and another punt, Cliff Averill came in and Palmer was able to get rid of the ball and put it into Johnson's stomach. It's first down. Flag is thrown and Palmer slings it to the outside, and that's caught for what would be a 12-yard gain. And then another flag comes in, so 2 fouls on the play. Floyd makes the catch.
Might be 1 on Floyd. Like he may have pushed off a bit at the top end.
Offside, defense number 72. Pass interference, offense number 15. The penalty's offset. First down.
Well, Mike Upati's back in the game, I do believe now. He went out for a bit.
Here's Andre Ellington. That gives David Johnson a little bit of a rest here on this series. Takes the ball into Seattle territory to the 49-yard line.
Rush, get to him.
Arizona dominating in the time of possession. Ellington. But really there's been only one scoring threat in the game, and that was the field goal. Third down and 3. Arizona seeking its 8th first down, and they will get it to Seattle's 1 first down. David Johnson.
Don't give Michael Bennett that opportunity.
And Palmer throws. Caught at the 38-yard line, trying to spin away is Johnson.
It's up to Cam Chancellor to take care of it.
Perfect description. Second and 4. And it's going to set up a third down, 2 or 3. On the ground. And that's Johnson, and he will have enough for the first down. To the 31-yard line he goes. Wagner blitzing, they pick him up. Palmer has some time, and the pass is incomplete because the coverage is great. Earl Thomas is back there covering. David Johnson.
Earl Thomas, one of the leaders back there.
5 straight Pro Bowls. As Palmer throws, and that's incomplete. It's tipped. Wright was there at the 21. Arizona these days is an adventure. Blitz coming again. Palmer throws, and the catch is made at the 28-yard line, but Sherman is all over Fitzgerald, so just a short game.
I can't imagine Wagner's going to get away with doing it again here.
He's going to try. No, he's going to back off this time, and a 46-yarder is good. And it's a line drive kick that will be returnable from the 1-yard line. Tyler Lockett, and an outstanding rookie season.
Play.
So he reached to the back again here after going for an X-ray. And this is Michael taking it out to the 23-yard line. Thomas Rawls was hurt, and they expect him back in a couple of weeks. They brought Michael back, and now he's been their key guy this season. And he picks up a first down here out to the 29-yard line. That was only the second Seattle first down. And that's incomplete. Pass is broken up. Graham, the intended receiver. Tony Jefferson covering on the play tonight. Second down and 10. Wilson to the outside, and Baldwin makes the catch. Cooper trying to stay with him, and he does. And that's a short gain. The Notre Dame rookie. Play clock at 3 on 3rd and 5. Blitz coming, and Wilson fires underneath, and that's Baldwin getting free, but there's a flag down. So what would be a first down? We'll have to wait and see. Cardinals indicated against Seattle.
Holding. Offense number 79. 10-yard penalty.
Crowd roaring, and Wilson under pressure again and throws it at the feet of Jimmy Graham. They're having a hard time connecting tonight, and it's 4th and 15.
It's made a huge difference on this defense.
This will be John Ryan's 5th punt of the game, and it's a good one. It's 50 yards. Golden at the 20-yard line brings it back to the 25, so a minute and a half remaining.
Half working.
So that last note, more points than any team in the final 2 minutes of a half thus far this season. 1-yard gain here. Golden would be 4 and 5, and of course Fitz is number 1. Second down and 8, and that is almost picked, and Thomas thinks he had it. He comes away. There's a flag down to begin with here. And
prior to the pass, holding, defense number 25. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Over the 32-yard line, first down. Palmer, good protection. He's going to go deep down the left side, but he throws that one out of bounds. J.J. Nelson had to step that time, but yes. All the offensive numbers, both sides, been pretty terrible. Second and 10. Getting free here, but he's not going to gain very much. But then he's able to sling the defender away as Jermaine Gresham picks up a first down. Fitzgerald comes into the slot, and it's an inside handoff, and that'll be a first down as Johnson gets it up to the 43-yard line. One timeout remaining for Arizona as Palmer fires. That's Fitzgerald. He makes the catch. He dives close to a first down. They want to conserve that timeout, and now they figure they can't, so Carson has to take it here. Palmer backing up as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. So the coverage is outstanding. You see, they give it to him here and then spike it. They need that first down. And Palmer will get in wide open, making the catch. And out of bounds is Fani Moma, a guy who has barely been in the game. Came off the practice squad in week 4. Now Palmer going for it all, and incomplete. Nelson, the intended receiver. That's Sherman with him step for step. From the 25 on a second and 10. 4-man rush, and he tries to dump it off. Palmer does, but now you have Frank Clark to put the pressure on. The clock is running down. They have no time. They have no timeouts. And they're going to stop the clock.
There was a defensive shot. Somebody came in with a forearm and may have stopped this clock before the half ended.
Otherwise, there was no chance for the clock to be stopped.
There are 2 fouls after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense for pulling a player off the pile. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 20. The fouls occurred after the play. The clock ran out. That's the end of the first half.
Wow. Or 2.5 back with a loss. Seattle gets the ball to start the second half. And going to run it out of the end zone. 8 yards deep is Tyler Lockett. To the outside he comes and gets bumped out of bounds up at the 28-yard line.
You see it so much now without Marshawn Lynch.
Kristen Michael. They're going to get Thomas Rawls back in a couple of weeks. He started. Second down and 6. And this is Michael setting up the 3rd and 3. Third down. They have only 2 first downs in the game. Wilson fires, and there is number 3, and he finally connects with Graham. Ball at the 49-yard line. And Wilson finds his man. It's Kearse making the catch. Flag on the play, however. And Terry McCauley will give us the call.
Pass interference, offense number 15. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Deepest penetration has been their own 46. Now on a 1st and 20, that's no gain. He gets stuffed. Michael does by Calais Campbell.
People know what kind of player he is now.
Yeah, you think you're at the Phoenix Suns game when he walks out into the field. And another flag here.
False start, offense number 78. 5-yard penalty, second down.
It's limited to 3. Second and 26. Little screen, Michael. But again, that's defensed very well. Knifing through there is their own Buchanan from the 35-yard line. 4-man rush. Shot over the middle, and they'll give him 8 yards. No problem there. CJ Precise. 6 punt. He's averaging 48 yards per boot. Britton Golden back to get this one, but this is going to be well short of that average, and goes out of bounds, and they'll mark that outside the 20. Official stops at the 24-yard line. We're playing with a short deck, but Michael Floyd does come back in, and Palmer gets whacked as he releases, and that's Cliff Averill, who spent a good portion of the first half in the Arizona backfield. And here goes Johnson, and just with sheer will, gain of 6.
Either team.
90 yards from scrimmage. You go 5 wide here, and you got action on the right side of the Seattle defensive line. That's Frank Clark.
Man.
Defense number 55.
Wow, 3rd and 3 and a jump, and
first down.
Palmer from his own 36-yard line. Quick toss. Fitzgerald. And Larry at the age of 33. Still doing it. Gain of 8. So Fitzgerald.
You know, those 3 have been riding this train for a while now.
2nd and 2. And there's Johnson again showing that patience and just trying to find enough room, and he does, and takes the ball to the midfield stripe. Play action, that buys time, and then Johnson makes the catch and adds about 8 more to his yards from scrimmage total, taking the ball to the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 2 from the 43. Johnson again, and this time he gets stood up by Shed. Flag is down and knocked back.
To the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 20, blow to the head. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Drive moving.
Andre Ellington now in the backfield. They give it to him, and before he can take it away, another flag.
Offense number 84. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Defensive war out here.
Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler.
Yeah.
Over the middle, making the catch, taking it to the 26-yard line. Dan Quinn wound up with head coaching jobs at Jacksonville and Atlanta, respectively. Here's Johnson, and he gets turned back at the 26-yard line. Evan converting on 3rd down. Palmer over the middle, caught Johnson, but he's going to probably be tackled a little short of it. Let's see where they spot it. Right. Makes the stop. They're going to spot it inches short. No, now McCauley comes in And he says first down, and one of the other officials says, hold on a second, let's measure. So they measured, and well short of the first down, half a yard, certainly. So Richard's defense, Arians making the call, at least for the moment. Arians is leaving his offensive group out on the field. They're going to run it, and they give it to Johnson, and boy, that's very close. And again, doesn't look like he gained anything, and if he didn't, it's going to be Seattle's ball. Way to lay on pile. Johnson through the middle. Put it down at just about the same spot. There's no gain. Nothing going tonight. Averaging 3 yards per play. And that's caught up at the 21-yard line. Jermaine Kearse makes the catch. 4 minutes left in the third. Michael to the 26, setting up a 3rd and 3 for the Seahawks. 6 possessions, 6 punts. They go 5 wide, and Wilson fires over the middle, or tries to. And then the ball comes out at the end of the play, and McCauley comes in there, and it hasn't been a whistle until now. Here come flags all over the joint. So there we go again. The way Jefferson's walking away, it's as if Arizona is going to be the guilty party here.
There are 2 fouls after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 76 pulling the player off the pile. Unsportsmanlike conduct, 92, defense pulling the player off the pile. The penalty's all set at the dead ball spot. 4th down.
For Russell Wilson, kind of like Brett Favre's first ever career pass. Ryan's punt, his 7th of the night, caught at the 23 and then tackled immediately. Golden gets taken down right there by Thorpe. Ball at the 20-yard line. And this is Johnson. So Carson Palmer in his 14th year over for Paul Hackett. 2nd and 5. They give it to Johnson, swing of the outside again. Fights his way for a gain of about 3.
Ended up winning the Heisman Trophy.
Wins the Heisman and becomes the #1 overall pick in the draft the next spring by Cincinnati, as Johnson picks up a hard-earned first down before he is driven back by Bobby Wagner.
Best, a great defensive football game.
Palmer dropping back in the final minute of the quarter, and then over the middle winds up hitting Nelson, and he gets taken down from behind at the 45-yard line by Deshaun Shedd. Otherwise, he might have gone all the way. This week's action. First things first, 3-0, and a first down here. And through the middle goes Johnson for a gain of 5 yards. Definitely. 2nd down and 5 from the 40. And Johnson carries again. That's his 22nd carry of the night. And he gets pushed all the way back, and crowd wants a flag.
Remember tonight. And usually they're on and off the field very quickly.
And up in 10 different spots, and here goes Johnson. Picks up the first down, starts to stumble, stays on his feet, and gets all the way to the 14, but a flag down.
Holding, offense number 15. 2-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Andre Ellington in the slot at the bottom, a very good receiver.
5 wide. Oh, and jumping it is Earl Thomas to break it up, and he'd have been off to the races. And that was Jeremy Lane who put the heat on him.
He recognizes it right away, knew exactly what it was, and almost had a pick 6 right there.
So they're not going to fool around with a potential 57-yard field goal attempt. Ryan Quigley sends it down to the 8-yard line. 2012. It remains 3-0. 13 minutes remaining in regulation. And it's a 7-yard game here, which is a big game these nights, or this particular night. 14 yards on a pass to Graham. And it's the first down here for Michael. You know that one team's had the ball more than the other. When you win the time of possession battle, you clinch it before the end of the 3rd quarter for the Seahawks. Wilson under pressure, sliding away. Flag is thrown again as he slings that one away. And it's Marcus Golden, number 44, putting the heat on. It looks over. He wants to know whether Arians wants the play.
Offense number 78. 10-yard penalty. First down. 1st and
20 from the 11-yard line.
There it goes.
Pressure again. And then deep downfield, and Baldwin cannot make a one-handed catch, which he's done many, many times.
Precise really so far hasn't been a factor.
2nd and 20. Sling it to the outside. Great tackle. Ball loose. And it's Michael who's there. Minter made the tackle. Almost comes up with it. 3rd and a quarter of the field. 25 yards. And Wilson is going to shovel it and paying the price. Precise. And he gets hit after a gain of a couple by who else? DJ Swearinger.
But legal hits in past few weeks.
Came over from the Buccaneers. Ryan's had a busy night. Punt number 8 for him, and that will go out of bounds, or almost go out of bounds, at the 48-yard line. And they say it stayed in, and so Arizona has it on the Seattle half of the field. Coyle, 52, is in there, as Wagner is on the sideline. And the pass is caught over the middle by Fitzgerald, and he takes it to the 44. And what about Wagner as we go to Michelle?
Hopefully he doesn't cramp up again, but he's a big part of it.
Palmer throws, and that's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Only 3 points. Averill knocked that last pass down. 3rd and 5. Palmer with a low snap. Gets away, and then Fitzgerald gets whacked before he has possession. That's incomplete. Now Quigley to punt, and that one bounces at the 1 and then slides into the end zone.
It's fun for me to watch a defensive fight like this.
That last punt was only 24 yards net, skittering into the end zone, and it's a 1-yard gain here for Christian Michael, stopped by Calais Campbell.
Moving around too much, and he can't step up and through the way that he has sometimes in the past.
2nd and 9, and he tries to get it away. The ball is loose and recovered back at the 2-yard line. Chandler Jones came in, created the fumble, and knocks him all the way back inside the 2.
Tomahawk, and I don't know if this is going to end up hurting Russell Wilson or not. He's moving that shoulder around. Watch this tomahawk chop right down as that arm started to come forward. And the issues with the tackles on the outside for the Seahawks is becoming a problem.
Yeah, that has to hurt the torque there.
Yep. And you could see him. He was rotating that shoulder.
Lewinsky, the guard, was able to recover it. It's 3rd down and 29. And Wilson fires over the middle. So it's okay on that throw. Baldwin makes the catch up at the 13.
Probably the least expensive offensive line in all of football right now.
And here's Ryan's kick. Golden backs up. Collects at the 32. Brings it back to the 39 on the night. A beauty next week. Eagles Cowboys from Arlington. Johnson now up to the 43-yard line on the first down play. Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. 6.5 to go. 2nd down and 6. Carry number 25 is a first down. Taking it to the Seattle 47, but hold everything. Flag down 42-yard line.
Holding offense number 84. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's a tough sight to see.
There's your left tackle, Sowell, on the cart. Palmer, he gets enveloped back at the 23-yard line. Cliff Averill spent a good part of this night in that Arizona backfield. Seattle may wind up with the ball in decent field position for a change. First things first, though, is Johnson is able to take the ball out to the 37-yard line. Seattle has not had the ball tonight in Arizona territory. Ryan Quigley, Tyler Lockett is back to run it back. Get a little flag here, and you got a block. The flag is down. The ball is picked up at the 31-yard line, and the tackle is made there at the 27-yard line. Tanner McAvoy came in. Marsh winds up with the football, but it's all about the penalty now.
Elder Lotion, offense. Penalties decline.
Unbelievable.
First down.
Unbelievable. Your team has absolutely played their brains out.
And then you get a motion call here.
And essentially all you had to do probably for the rest of the game was punt the football. As long as you don't lose the game on the offensive side or special teams, you got to feel pretty good about what your defense is going to do. And finally, they broke. Yep. Finally, it was a special teams play. It was great defense.
So George Fant is now the left tackle. And Wilson on play action is going to dump it off on the outside to Baldwin. There's another flag. And Baldwin for the moment will have picked up the first down. However, flag down back at the 33.
Holding. Offense number 86. 10-yard penalty. First down.
The illegal motion penalty was on Bethel, a Pro Bowl special teamer. And Wilson throws and overthrows. First covered by Marcus Cooper. Second down and 20. Second and 20. Wilson fires over the middle, and that is taken in at the 22-yard line. But then incomplete. Doug Baldwin can't hold on for pass attempt. Precise in the backfield with him. The pass is caught at the 23-yard line. Well short of the first down. That's McAvoy who blocked to snap it. And we are knotted up at 3. Check it out today. University of Phoenix Stadium, which has already hosted 2 Super Bowls and both were classics. Home of the Cardinals. And Arizona will take the ball after the touchback. 15 blocked kicks. Couple tonight. And Palmer finding the open guys. Turns out to be Fitzgerald. And we'll see what they give him forward progress to. Jeremy Lane. It's a gain of 5 as it turns out. Second down and 5. Palmer look out from behind. And he gets taken down. And Avril is just having a fantastic night. He's had a few in his career.
Aside, these are like sharks smelling blood now.
3rd and 13, and here they come on the blitz, and Palmer steps away from traffic, and a big first down to Floyd up at the 38-yard line. 3rd and 13 on an in-cut. Ball at the 38-yard line. Johnson can't get out of the backfield. They're going to stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a couple. Frank Clark.
A timeout to give themselves a chance.
Definitely. This is the key right here. On 2nd and 12, and it is caught. Floyd makes the catch. He's out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. So 3rd and 2. Fitzgerald comes into the slot. Give it to Johnson, and he's going to get stopped short of the first down.
But here you can start using Arizona's timeouts to try and keep them backed up. That was
not a good punt again. And it's caught at the 22. Lockett did not call for the fair catch. That's Bethel coming down and making the play on him. So the ball is at the 22. You have to be precise. 4-man rush. Pass a little underthrown, but caught. Lockett makes the catch. Second down. Baldwin out. Moves over to the right side as they go 2 by 1. Here they come. And the pass is caught by Curse. And Curse is to his own 40-yard line. And he'll get out of bounds up near midfield. Up at the 48-yard line. Pressure put on Wilson. Gets away. Flag is thrown. And he just slings that ball halfway to Mesa. Corey Peters burst through. Seattle.
Holding. Offense number 79. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Gary Gilliam, the right tackle, again. Sowell's out of the game, so George Fant is the 38. Wilson.
Another hold.
Pocket breaks down, and now you got the ball taken up to the 49-yard line. Another flag. Precise made the catch, but Carroll's going to watch the team go back even farther.
Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty.
And that's Fant. You're a rookie out of Western Kentucky.
Pass anyway.
Keep it on the ground, and that's nothing. So it's going to be 2nd and 30. That's Precise.
Seattle's visiting team. What's your call?
Trevon Boykin, the rookie backup quarterback, gets the call.
It's heads. This one. This one.
Back deep for the Cardinals. And that kick will bound through the end zone. So the Cardinals will have the ball at the 25-yard line. That's to go for overtime. Wins the toss. And now you've got Johnson up to the 30-yard line. I mean, it's such a weird game. on 28 carries. Leading the league in yards from scrimmage. They fake it to him. And then the pass to the outside is caught. And at midfield, it's Nelson. He spun away, got a couple of more yards, and has it at the 50-yard line. Tackled there by Shed from right at the midfield stripe. And nothing happening there. He's tackled immediately as he crosses the line of scrimmage or gets there. Three receivers to the right side. Palmer looking the other way. Ooh, he threw that into traffic. You had David Johnson as the intended receiver, and Wright was there.
A chance to get there.
3rd and 10. And Palmer throws, and it is Floyd for an 18-yard gain to the 32-yard line. So a huge 3rd down conversion. 1st down at the 32. And feed it to Johnson. And Johnson was able to pick up 5 hard-earned yards. He gets to the 27. He's closing in on the rushing lead. Right now, Ezekiel Elliott of Johnson right now 30 yards behind Elliott for the rushing lead. And Palmer going to the end zone to try to win it, and it's broken up. Intended for Nelson, and that's Shed back covering on the 27. Palmer, good protection this time, throws, and at the 14-yard line, it is not caught by Floyd. He was there, he would have had the 1st down. Instead, you're going to bring in Catanzaro from 45. High drama again on a kick, and this time the kick by Catanzaro is good. So it is 6-3, and Seattle will now get 1 possession. By injuries this season, but he's explosive, and Catanzaro will not give him an opportunity to run it back. So Wilson and company come out to the 25-yard line.
You are confident that Seattle's offensive line can't block your guys.
And they give it to Michael, and Christian Michael takes it out to the 35. So a nice way to start. From the 35, the fake to Michael, and then the pass is caught at the 48-yard line by Jimmy Graham. Stepping up, fires over the middle, and that's a gain of about 7. That's Graham again making the catch. It's
a little Russell Wilson groove here.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2, and going through the hole goes Michael, taking the ball to the 38-yard line.
Get that extra down.
From the 38, Wilson hanging in the pocket, throws, open again. This is Graham, and Jimmy Graham having some overtime period to the 23-yard line. At the 24. Michael, this time they stop him just about at the line of scrimmage. Marcus Golden. 23. 4-man rush. Protection is good again. Caught 19-yard line. That's Lockett making the catch. And that will make it 3rd down and 4. And 4. And Wilson throwing, and it's incomplete. Stopping was Graham. Tony Jefferson was back there. Now it's 4th down, so Hauschka yards to keep the game going. And he does. So each team with a field goal, and the next score will win the game. It is 6-6, both back at the goal line. And Hauschka's kick. 5 yards in, taking a knee is Nelson, and Palmer will get the ball at the 25. Play action. Palmer deep downfield, and that will be caught at the 50-yard line by Ifani Moma.
They're perfect.
Moma getting a chance to play because Fells was hurt. 3-yard gain here for David Johnson to the 45-yard line.
Sherman, some of these guys have a knack.
2nd and 7. Palmer, great protection, fires, and that pass is incomplete. Intended for Fitzgerald. Everybody wants a flag. Everybody rooting for the Cardinals, of course, but they're not going to get one. Punch to the left, 3. A pair to the right. Blitz coming. Palmer hanging in, fires over the middle, caught at the 31-yard line by J.J. Nelson, and off he goes. J.J. Nelson to the 5-yard line. Palmer. They almost got to him. And Nelson takes the ball to a 1st and goal. 40 yards.
Right there is going to come up and run the in cut. And it's Richard Sherman who just loses his footing and can't come back to make the tackle. Well, I tell you, J.J. Nelson has made some big plays in this game, stepping up. John Brown unable to go. Michael Floyd missed the key pass, and he's getting some love on that sideline now.
From the 5. Give it to Johnson. What he has to do is hold on to the ball, and he's going to hold on all the way, I think, to the end zone. But they're going to say he's out just before he gets to the goal line.
Does extend that ball.
And now they come right up to the line, and they give it to Johnson, and he cannot get in. Bobby Wagner stops him at the half-yard line. Well, that's why he has a new snapper. The play clock is to 0, so that's going to cost him 5 for a delay.
12 men on the field in formation with the snap imminent. Excuse me. First, delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Up with their hands and make some contact with it.
24-yard attempt. Oh, he hits the upright. It's no good. How in the world?
That's the reason. I'm just telling you, it has been a nightmare. It has been a nightmare for this team. Here comes Wagner right over the top, and some pressure off the side. Was that Sherman coming around the edge?
He thinks he's won the game. Oh. I just got it. Kristen Michael picks up 1. Arizona doesn't have a timeout, so the clock will stop. 2nd and 9. Catch made up at the 26-yard line. That's Doug Baldwin. Wilson down the left sideline, and that's caught by Curse. Covered by Marcus Cooper. Michael. And he is going to get them very close to field goal range. And they give it to Collins. It's a yard, maybe a yard and a half. So right now you are looking at about a 55-yard field goal attempt. A minute left in overtime. And Wilson fires it to the outside, and Baldwin stays in bounds, and Baldwin takes the ball inside the 10. Broke away from Ty Matthew. Opening night disaster. Not his fault that night. Bad snap. Through the middle goes Kristen Michael. 8-yard attempt. John Ryan to hold. And he misses it. That's impossible.
Oh my God.
That is impossible.
I'm telling you, there's something inside his brain about this building.
Woo! Game deserves to wind up in a tie. This is the one. Ryan puts it down. Hauschka just pulls it.
I'm just telling you, and we've watched this, Al. Every kick that Hauschka has made tonight, he has gone up and fooled around with the turf and felt uncomfortable. I don't know if he stuck his foot in the ground. That first field goal barely cleared. Careful you don't get one picked off and have nothing but offensive linemen back there to try and make a tackle.
Or do you run the Stanford play here? Here's Fitzgerald. He gets out of bounds, and there's 2 seconds left on the clock. So you run a 5-second play. Defense. 3-man rush. Palmer running away. He's going to air one out all the way downfield. Jump ball incomplete. A bomb and incomplete. Fitzgerald, the intended man in the end zone, and that's the way it will end. 2 chip shot field goal attempts that could have won the game. So these guys go 75 minutes. Neither sees the end zone. That's going to make this whole race in the NFC and